So my name is Philip Harris. I've been with NASA since 2007 as a co-op. I actually started at the Dryden Flight Research Center, and then midway through my co-op term, I actually transitioned and transferred over to the Johnson Space Center. And I actually just started as a full-time employee after graduating college in August, about 6 months ago, in our flight planning and our international operations group. So I have a really fancy title. I'm an international operations engineer. But it's interesting. I feel as though I've been put into a really good group. I never worked for flight planning as a co-op, and that was different. I had an opportunity to kind of expand my horizons, and one of the biggest challenges that I saw as a co-op and moving into the agency was the fact that when I got a project, I usually got smaller projects that could easily be done in a term, and when I became a full-timer, I got some longer-term projects. But flight planning is an organization that I really enjoy because we have a flat management model. So there's 4 group leads and 1 branch chief in my branch. But I can't tell you which group lead's my boss. I can tell you which group lead's my boss on paper, but I can't tell you exactly who it is because each one manages different projects. And much as the example you just saw in the previous presentation, as an employee in that group, we get to go through those projects and decide what we want to work on, what we want to commit our time to. And by being able to do that, they understand that people have different interests in activities that they want to complete. But also, as a young professional, it allows me to get experience with a variety of projects. Because I'm not slated to, oh, you just can do these miniature projects until you gain experience, and in 3 or 5 years from now, we'll let you work on a big project, because we want you to have the experience base. Flight planning really encourages us to go in and talk to anyone in our group and work on any project. So one of the projects I'm involved in right now is actually ISS Live, which probably a lot of you don't know about yet. It's starting to become a big thing, but it's a project that we're going to bring planning, telemetry, and science data and information out to the general public on all your mobile devices or your computers and that kind of stuff. It's a big project, and they invited me to be a part of it. So I'm now having an opportunity to work with people who have 30, 25, 15 years of experience, and then there's me who has 6 months of experience. And so I'm starting to learn this forum. We've been talking a lot about, oh, we have to get knowledge sharing. We have to start talking to people about what we know so that, when young professionals or people who are just starting out in their careers, maybe they're in their first 10 years, when they take over our projects that we've been working on for 40 years, and have 40 years of operational knowledge, that they'll be able to not have to step back and be like, oh, wait, I just took this project on. I have no idea. What's going on, and I need to learn all this experience first. By getting young professionals involved early and often, I think is the way to go. And if you don't do that in your projects now, I really encourage you to go out and involve us. Because one of the biggest challenges that I personally faced as a young professional was getting people to understand that, hey, I may not have all that experience that you do, but if you get me involved, I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to want to learn from you, because our generation, I think, has a real thirst for knowledge. We want to know. I know when I was 3 years old, I started liking space. And in 3rd grade, an astronaut came to my school. And that one person is what made me want to work for NASA. And I never lost sight of that. I took some deviations along the way. I went out and studied in Russia for a year. But I never lost sight that I wanted to work for NASA because it was a great organization. And now I have an opportunity to be here and make change. But I can't do that if the people who are working projects now don't want me to get involved, because I need more experience. I can't get experience. It's the whole, remember when you're looking for your first job and the applications are like, we want somebody with experience? Well, if they don't have experience, but they need experience to get their first job, how are they going to get the experience? So please, that is my biggest challenge, and the one that I've really noticed is go out and involve everyone in your workforce. Reduce it so that everyone is equal on your team. Within the ISS Live example, we go in, and I'm one single team member on a team of about 15 people that are making this project become a reality. But if I say something and ask a question, I have just as much weight on that question and with the group as if our lead project manager asked that very same question. And I think that's a big difference. I haven't seen that in a lot of places. I see it in my group and I see it in other places, but I encourage you to do that. The other big challenge that I want you to know is we've talked about mentoring, and it was mentioned in the previous presentation and the one before that as well, that mentoring is a big part of the young professional. I think it's a big part for everyone, and I talked about it even yesterday at our review. And I want to let you know that each one of you in this room right now, whether you like it or not, or whether you know it, you are a mentor to someone. A lot of you are mentors to me, even if I've never met you before. If you gave presentations, I can guarantee I've taken in that information, and I consider you a mentor. We have 50 years, more than 50 years of history at this organization, and all of us in the Young Professional panel I know, and all of us back at our centers, and all of you, I'm sure, want to make NASA the best it can possibly be. And so, please, go out and find somebody and help them along the way. And when somebody comes to you and asks you for your help, please help them. That will help us get through the challenges that we're going to have taking on this work as we come into the workforce with more experience levels and more years here. So, thank you.